Eagles Nation, stand up and welcome to Bird's Eye View from one fan to another. I'm your host and fellow fan, Clay Rowland. Let's get it popping. Well, game one's in the books. Eagles 18, Falcons 12. Now, I know some of the networks like to build this as a rematch, like it was, but it cannot be a rematch. It was not a rematch because the prize was not the same. Last time we played divisional playoffs, we kept playing and sent Atlanta back to Atlanta with a L, with a loss. So the prize was not the same. And of course, you know what happened. We hoisted that Lombardi trophy, the road that we're going this year. But let's talk about this game because offensively, I was not happy at all. It's taking Nick too long to get situated. I mean, the offensive line in the beginning was porous. I mean, you know, Nick needs time in the pocket. Let's be honest, Nick has bad feet. You know, Nick doesn't move well. He may be a slide here and there, but Nick's not going to create plays with his feet. That's not what he does. So I wasn't happy with offensively. We did not get it going. You know, 6-3 at halftime. Come on. Three first half points that's not going to do it, in this league at all. We got to get a team and, you got to put them away early in this league, make a team feel like they have no hope of winning, of coming back. You have to do it. And we had everything starts up front. I thought the offensive line didn't play well in the first half. In the second half, different story. I thought the offensive line took control. I thought we were able to run the ball. I thought Ajayi, he had that pop I was talking about, that pop. He hit the hole and he was going, and I thought Ajayi played well. I thought Corey Clement played well. I mean, out of the backfield, I think caught a pass out the backfield and got pretty good yardage. Darren Sproles, keeps people off balance when he plays, but offensively, we weren't in sync. The receivers never got on track. It was pretty ugly offensively. So we have to get that. We have to work on that, and we have to get Nick Foles. We have to get him better RPOs. So he can get acclimated to the game. So we need Nick to play well. We do, because we don't know if Carson's going to play against Tampa Bay. All indication that Carson might sit another game, and if he's not healthy, he has to sit. But I believe we can beat Tampa Bay without Carson. But we need Nick to play better. The offensive line has to play better. They have to start off the game better. And everything builds from there. But I thought second half, the offense definitely took charge. Let's go to the other side of the ball. Let's go to the defense side of the ball. I thought the defense played extremely well. And in my previous episodes, I talked about the defense, how this is going to be the unit. This is the unit. This holds people down. I thought our corners, Mills and Darby, Sidney Jones did a good job on the receivers. Sanu and definitely Julio Jones. I thought they did a good job keeping on the wraps. Now we know Julio went over 100 yards receiving, but kept it out of the end zone. That's the main thing from scoring. You bend but don't break. Especially near the last play of the game, just like last year in divisional playoffs, right there on the goal line. But this time, Julio's he's on the left side and he goes against Darby, and the same outcome. What Jalen Mills did to him in a divisional playoff game, it was no good, and they left with a loss. So the defense is on point. I thought, oh my goodness. I mean, the front four is there, and Jernigan's not even there yet. I think Jernigan, I'm pretty sure it's on the pup list. We probably won't see him in like 4 or 5 more weeks, whatever it is, something like that. So, but Jernigan's not even there, but I thought the front four, they gave pressure. I mean, Matt Ryan was never comfortable at all. Devontae Freeman couldn't get off. I mean, I thought we played extremely well defensively. I thought the linebackers played well. Bradham wasn't there, and they still played well. We get Bradham back this week. He was only in 1 game suspension, so Bradham will be back against Tampa Bay. I'm looking forward to him. I thought that Geiger Hill and Gary, I thought they filled in, admirably, and they did a fine job with against the run and in coverage. I thought they did a fine job. So I was happy with the safeties, Malcolm Jenkins, Rodney McLeod. I thought they did a good job. Well, we bet, but we did not break. Because Julio did, he did have a couple of catches, but for the most part, we kept him under wraps, and the main thing kept him out in the end zone, which was the main the purpose of lockdown corners, and that's what we did. We locked them out of the end zone. So overall, I give the performance a C. I wasn't too happy because of the offense. Offensively, we have to do better. I went back. I'm sorry I had to go back to the offense because I was not happy at all, and it just bugs me that that performance. But now, granted, we didn't have Alshon Jeffrey, and we definitely didn't have our quarterback C-Dub. I think he makes a world of difference. But I believe that just like Dub changed the offense in the playoffs for Nick, with more RPOs, that he needs to do that going forward. With against Tampa. Then after Tampa, I'm pretty sure I think it's the Colts. So, and then I think we end up September with the Vikings coming to the link, and we have to be on point for that. And hopefully, Carson will be back by then, and we'll be able to get this offense rolling. Hopefully, Jeffrey will be back, and we'll be at full strength going forward. But we weren't at full strength, but they were, and we were at full strength, and we still came out with the victory, which was very important. So let's go to my offensive player of the game. That's a hard one. But I'm gonna go dual offensive player of the game. I'm gonna have two offensive player of the game, which I really don't want to do, but I believe that if we don't go two offensive players of the game, that it's a disservice. Jason Peters, what a job he did on that left side. I mean, he manhandled his man. I mean, welcome back, Big Daddy JP. It was nice to see you out there. Nice to see you, the way you move your feet, hands. Once you get hands on somebody, nothing they can do. And Ajay is my other offensive player in the game. I thought Ajay ran. I thought he was running with that pop. Getting the ball in the end zone was important. Ran tough. So I don't like making two offensive player in the game, but Big Daddy JP offensively on the offensive line and left tackle held it down, and Jay Ajay, the way he ran through the holes. Like I always said, it's not speed to the hole, it's speed through the hole, and that pop was there. Defensively, I gotta give it to Ronald Darby. There's a couple guys that I looked at that did well. Defense as a whole really could get the whole award, but if I give one award, it would probably be to Ronald Darby. I thought he played Julio Jones perfect, especially on the last drive in the end zone. The game saver. Julio jumps in the air, hits him in the air. There's no force out anymore in the NFL, so he was able to hit him and drive him out, and game over. So Ronald Darby gets my defensive player of the game, and my special team player is the punter. I thought he punted the ball brilliantly. That kid can flat out punt the football. So going forward, we got Tampa Bay. I'm looking for a victory. No Jameis Winston. They got Fitzpatrick. We should be able to rattle him. He doesn't run like Jameis, nowhere near. He's more like a Nick Foles. So we should be able to, collapse the pocket on him and do damage. And offensively, we have to get on track. No doubt about it. I need Nick better. Doug, I need Nick better. I need him. I need more RPOs. He needs time. Nick needs time, and RPOs give him that split second more time that he needs to complete passes. So we need that because he didn't play well at all. And some of it was the play calling I wasn't happy with either. And the situation at the coaching staff put Nick in. So it wasn't only just Nick's fault. The coaching staff put him in bad position, so he had no choice but to make bad plays because the foundation, the play calling, and the situation that he was put in sometimes. So, but overall, like I said, I give it a C. So anything you agree with or disagree, hit me on my Twitter. At Me and My Eagles. Hit me up at Me and My Eagles, and you go back and forth on this because you might have a different player of the game, different offensive player of the game, different defensive player of the game, different special team player of the game. But hit me at Me and My Eagles so we can converse about this. And remember, subscribe to my channel. Subscribe. So, you know, when I'm on, then you will let you everything know. So we're looking forward to Tampa Bay next week. And I'm really looking forward to Tampa Bay. To getting out of Philly, going down the heat and humidity and see how we respond. There's going to be adversity 12 times because I'm about done with summer. I don't know how everybody else feels, but I'm not a summer person. But anyway, we'll go down to Tampa and we got to need to take care of business. Though James Winston, you know, they got a good defense now. They got a good defense. So Nick and the offense got their work cut out for him. Doug, more RPOs. Give Nick more time so he can make the decision, okay? All right. So remember, hit me on my Twitter at Me and My Eagles. Subscribe to my channel so we keep this thing moving. Hey, we're 1-0. Top of the NFC East, and that's where we'll stay. EAGLES all day. You know how I do it, all right? So we're going to keep this thing moving, and everything keeps going, all right? I'm out.